It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C Chung, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day. My son wears tight shirts. To the gym or wherever. Tight shirts. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Sean and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P. Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's in the building early. Everybody must have had a great weekend because everybody's here early. Good morning. Everybody must have had a superb, supreme weekend. Because everybody's here there. Jay Black's in the building. Dr. Aaron Smith's in the building. Dr. Aaron Smith. All right, Doc. I feel bad. I feel bad. It's cute in the summertime when you in your car and then you upgrade. But now I feel bad. Because you're in the car. You got the winter coat on. You got the fur. Yeah. And like,
Yo.
So I guess the upgrade place doesn't open till a certain time. Is that what
7:30. I'll be there 7:31.
I feel kind of fucked up. Man, come on.
I open up with him.
I feel bad. Like,
Y'all know heat in that car?
He just probably jumped right in the car. He got a nice car too, but even the nicest cars take a few minutes. Like you know.
No, it's warm, But I'm not gonna take the coat off and then put the coat on to go back.
Then put it back on. And, that's the whole point of this winter bullshit. You gotta bundle up, then you gotta unbundle, then you gotta decide when you gonna unbundle. So I feel bad, but thank you for being a soldier, dog. Thank you for being in the cold and in the car and upgrading and I mean you ain't gotta tell us the weather. It's cold. I assume it's cold outside. Yeah.
I saw 3. I just saw. I don't know what it is. 30 something. I saw 30 something.
Yeah, it's 30. It's white folk weather. Yeah.
It's white folk with hoodies and shorts weather. It's
hoodie and shorts weather. Like, it's so cold. Bitch, you got flip-flops on. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've seen it. I'm not making that up. I'm not being sarcastic. I see it. They come in with slides on. And oh my God, it's so cold out there. Yeah, you might want to put some fucking shoes on.
Socks at least.
Some socks on. I don't know. I don't actually know what to tell you, but cool beans. So how was your weekend, Doc? How was the weekend? How was we always have a 3-day weekend on this show.
Oh yeah, all good. I went to Montclair, New Jersey. Went to a fundraiser for the Howe House, and then went to a 50th birthday celebration for a childhood friend.
Oh,
and went to
dope.
a service out there where another friend was preaching. So I was running around Montclair. That's where I'm from originally, where I
Yeah.
plan to retire to. So I stay connected back
Are you
home.
planning on retired in Montclair?
Oh yeah, best town in the world, man. Yeah,
Oh,
it's great
nice.
in there.
That
Small
is
town USA.
small town USA. All right. I never heard that. I've never heard that about. I mean, I've heard of Montclair. I just never heard.
Oh yeah.
It's the retirement spot. That's breaking news. I
No, no.
never heard that.
Most people that are from there say they want to go back. I don't know too many people from Montclair that don't want to go home eventually. Even when I meet them in
Mm.
LA, Atlanta,
Yeah.
they want to go back.
That is ironic. I have never heard that in my life. That is a good secret. I mean,
I
and
think if people, yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think people tell people because they don't like all the outsiders making it like a metropolitan thing. Because a lot of people from New York, it's so close. It's like 15, 20 minutes from New York.
that's
So a
so
lot of
fact.
people move to Montclair because of that. And a lot of people like, not so fast, not so much.
That's why I
We
tried to
still want.
tell them big mouths over there in Dallas. When I moved out there in 2024, I said, shut up. Don't tell nobody about this shit. I know I said the politics is crazy. I said, but this is euphoria out here. Like you buying mini mansions for $200,000-$300,000. You said the rent was fine, but they kept talking. I said, shut
Yeah.
up. I said, I'm not even
I heard
telling my
they
family.
building they building like more than almost any state right now. I saw the
Yes.
construction rates in different parts of Texas all together. It's like crazy. They building out there.
Told them shut up. They influx from LA, people, tons of rich people moving from LA and California and moving in, and then people from the East Coast. And I was like, God, y'all gonna be Atlanta before you know it. Just shut up. I'm telling you, today's high is 85 and all. You ain't gotta say that, Nyla.
Oh,
Nah,
you making them
it's
you
hot
making them
over
sweat.
here. It's hot over here. That's
Man,
funny.
Nyla, shout to Nyla. She held me down. She was my original Miss Parker. Nyla would hold
Oh,
me
really?
down and come to all the comedy shows. Me and Nyla was so cool, and I hope you don't mind me sharing it. One time she was a little lightheaded. I said, "Girl, just go to the dressing room and lay down." She went to the dressing room and lay down. Yeah.
That was cool, huh?
No, we wasn't cool like that.
Nah.
She would bring her daughters and nieces and bring people that paid to the comedy
What that
show.
mean? What that mean?
Because the same way Miss Parker got lightheaded. That's what I'm saying. She's the
Okay.
original Miss Parker. Hey, I was there last weekend. My family lives there. Look at Shelly blowing up the spot. My family lives there. Montclair. Look, everybody talking about Montclair. Shut up. Don't nobody else want to. They don't want the secret out.
Yeah,
Ash
lovely
is back.
town. See, they
Ash is
know.
back, by the way, Mike. Ash is
I
back.
was back from you were at the cruise, right? Something like
She
that.
was on a cruise. She was sending us pictures, but I ain't want to put her stuff up there.
Yeah,
But Ash is back from the cruise, and I saw her cousin Ash. I gave here she go right here. She gave KT some love. She read her book over the weekend. She said it was nothing short of amazing. It caused a shift in her perspective.
Perspective,
it was
perspective, and you educated me. I loved it. Go ahead, there, KT.
That's dope.
We're getting book reviews on this bitch.
Getting book
the book
reviews.
is good. The book is good.
What I'm talking about, KT. Yes, now let's say good morning to Miss Parker because I met you before Miss Parker, but you guys remind me so
You
much
were
of
his
each other.
first. Okay.
You were my first,
All right.
but not to be my last. I move on and on. Oh, thank you. KT, you got love over here, mama. You got love over here. I gotta go up. Renaissance, ladyrenaissance.com. Was that what it was? Lady Renaissance.
So.
I do gotta.
Just don't be giving your spot up the cute little kids. Just keep them kids. They gotta
That
earn those.
mom, the book, that mom about
that
mom.
That mom. There you go.
That mom.
It got emotional moments. It got triumphant moments.
Yes.
Right? You can connect. It teaches you.
That mom. Jay Black, how was your weekend? How was your 3-day weekend? So
weekend.
It is big.
Usually something. Revising the call. You ever call I don't even want to talk about it. You know, you call somebody for help. The lady keep gonna say I was flirting with the girl. I finally got somebody black. It's usually Asians or they can't understand you. I didn't flirt. I was just trying to politic to get what I need because I needed help. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about that now. I think about it because it ain't really flirting, right? You ain't flirting.
This is how you know if it's flirting or not flirting. If Lady Q would have done the same exact thing to a black man on the phone, would you have thought it was flirting?
Oh yeah, I would have thought it was flirting.
Okay, then it was flirting.
Yeah,
so end the conversation. It was flirting. You flirted.
All right, or forget that. And the other thing is,
that's all you got to do. We don't even have to debate. That's all you got to do. Because she had used the same terminology, the same words, because she had the same
I'm
energy.
just a personable kind of, I got a sparkling personality, Mike. You know, we got sparkling personalities.
Please don't lump yourself in with my sparkling personality. Please don't lump. No. If I politic like you, it would be a problem. Look, Lady Q woke up early.
Already on it. Already on it.
Lady Q got things to do in the house.
You're a little extra on the phone. You talk a little bit too much. You're doing a little extra. Just if they ain't giving it to us, they ain't gonna do it.
Woke up inspired to talk on the phone a lot.
Woke up inspired.
Got to chat with strangers.
Phone.
Got myself.
No, forget it. I don't even want to go too deep in that.
No, it's the double standard. It's the double
other
standard.
thing was,
let it go.
I gotta meet my daughter's new dude, right? I don't want to meet this little dude, but she wants them. Because my whole rule was, if it ain't been 6 months, don't come to me. I don't feel like meeting nobody new, but at the same time, in order for him to finally meet the grandbaby, like it's a whole process. And I've been stalling out meeting him. Like, do he come over for Thanksgiving? Do I meet him at the park like, where do you meet some dude?
Meet him at the park. Will he owe you money? What the fuck? Like,
I don't know. Like, where do you
selling him drugs?
Where do you meet the new boyfriend at? That's dating your daughter.
He comes to your house.
How old is he?
She's 22. He's 23. 22, 23. He
comes to the house. He comes to the
Doc thinking age matters. What you about to say?
Doc ain't got no daughters that age. I do.
I was gonna say before Thanksgiving though. I wouldn't say if the initial should be Thanksgiving.
It should be a little. Do I run up on him in the street? Like what? Like
no, I don't care if we met and just shook hands and had a face to face a couple days before Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna meet you in the midst of 25 people with pies and drumsticks and everybody that know each other very well, and then here you come. I'm not doing both on the same day.
You bring him to your house. Your house is the representation that you are meeting the leader of this family. You're walking into your home. You sit him down.
That's my safe haven too, though.
No, this is the safe haven that you allow somebody to come in and you have the discussion.
He sit right there. Should I put him next to the dog cage?
No, I mean I wouldn't put him next to the dog cage. But if you want to put it, if you want to be bad
boys, he doing the bad boys. He about to say he's doing the bad boys.
You want to do that?
Should I have my gun on me?
This is something Jay Black doesn't do. This is what I do. This is what I do when I meet dudes. This is what I do.
Let me hear what Mike.
See. When you put them in certain situations, they're gonna act a certain way. When you put them, they're gonna give you the answers that they believe you want to hear. So you put them next to the dog, they're gonna give you the answers you want to hear. What I like to do is I like to bring down their defenses. What I like to do is make them very comfortable. It's just cool, Michael Sean. This is the guy that she's talked about. That's the comedian. And I just let you talk. I let you talk. And I read every fucking word that's coming in your mouth, but I don't say nothing. I examine everything coming out your mouth.
Say if the nigga don't talk.
I'm telling you, you talking about sparking personality, I make the shyest people talk.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
Once I get the info that what you do and what you do for a living or what you like to do and and y'all young people have no idea. I got your Instagram. I didn't check your social media. I already done checked if you think you the shit.
Nah. The house. Not at the house.
You know, I always.
So you did your background check. You already ran them through the database.
And I don't try to intimidate. Nah, dog. Let me hear you out. And after we talk, because the first meeting is always the bullshit meeting. The first meeting is the bullshit meeting. The first meeting is it's like when you go for a job interview. They don't know what type of employee you're gonna be. You gonna tell them what that employer wants to hear. You just let all that shit come on out. It's the second. It's the set. Do you like them? I don't know. But y'all talk for like 30 minutes. Still don't know. It's the second meeting. The second meeting that kicks in. Now we're cool. Now I start leading the witness into conversations. Now I start leading you, reeling you into. Let me see how easy this is gonna be to find out if you a weed smoker, if you a drinker, if you a part. Let me just come on in here.
I'm sure they smoke. I'm sure they smoke weed. Ain't a doubt in my mind. They smoke weed.
Yeah, but that's just an example. You know what I mean? I start giving stuff because you don't get to know these motherfuckers in the first meeting. It's a gradual. If you really want to do the due diligence, you got to really stay on this consistency.
Do you talk sports? You do the whole who you squad?
Yeah, if you into sports, I find out if you into sports.
They say, nah, I ain't into sports.
Then you know, then we go into to what do? You podcast? Would you podcast? You post
something.
You know, what you do? And then just let them go. And then that's when you start. Because if I start breaking you down on a question, you're gonna give me the right answer. You might fuck up on 1 or 2 questions, but I just like to let you bury yourself. But that's not a good. Let me take that back. I don't want you to bury yourself. I actually want my daughter to have somebody who's really trustworthy, who this could lead to something. So let me take that negative. Bury yourself. I don't put the threatening thing because listen, you can always show the gun just to let them know that if anything, you
carry
there.
Like you carry it. Yeah, I got the M&P, I got this one Glock, I got this 9, I got this other, I got the baby 382. So this is the Cardi. We call this the Cardi. What you got? You to ask them those questions.
I mean, if you want to get into that, I mean, you can do that. Anything to open them up, just to open them up. But I think it's a good thing that you meet him. If she took,
she really, because it's been over 6 months, so she's like, you gotta meet. Because I told him, don't bring no little nigga to me. It ain't been more than 6. If it ain't been more than 6 months, this ain't nothing. I ain't trying to hear it. But she thinks it's serious, so
she's 22. I think honestly, the dopest thing ever is that she's adamant that she wants you to meet him.
Well, yeah, don't nothing move forward until that happens. He can't meet nobody. He can't meet the grandbaby. He can't do nothing.
But my thing is, but don't look at it like you made her do it. Look at it as she came to you because she values your opinion.
She does.
Don't look at it like she ain't had no choice because I control all this shit here. No, she looked at it because she really believes that you will be able to see something that maybe she doesn't see. Or
she's still hard-headed. She's still gonna do. I told her with the last one, and then she still stayed around. But anyway.
I mean, if we go by the hard-headedness of the chicks that we dealt with in our lives, we banged her head against.
That's my weekend. That's my weekend. I don't want to take up too much time. You got a lot.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good shit. Let me
get Clark said Miss Clark said, is that what we went through?
Is that what we went through? Well, meeting the parents or meeting?
Yeah, I went through an over intimidating but not scary type of situation where it's like, dude, you're just doing too much. I've been through the fake bad boys joint where I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, I would never do that. I'm not talking about fighting you or trying to scare you. Because if something really happens, I know what I'm gonna do. It's nothing to discuss, but I'm not posturing. Because I saw people do that to me. I'm thinking, and back then I'm thinking, nigga, I'm wilder than you right now. Like I'm the one with the open cases. So like I don't got no mortgage. I ain't got no kids. So you talking crazy to me. Like I'll go sit down for a couple years. Like you got a family. I used to really be laughing in my head. Like you don't even know, bro. Like I got a whole squad, right? Trained to go. So yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the AARP guy with the gray hair talking tough to some kid who got a whole crew of 10 people with cases that could probably knock me out and stomp me out.
Listen, I agree with all that. Everything Doc said. I also agree that it is good for people to know that the person she's dating has the backup and the system behind them.
Oh yeah. Okay. The handshake could do that,
the handshake could do that.
I don't know about that. Some people do the extra firm handshakes for no reason though. You ain't.
I'm saying, but if you're a parent, everybody knows that part of you is a killer.
Yeah.
If you're a parent, you're a killer. Women be lifting cars off of babies and all that. People get strength and all kind of stuff. You see the mother bear, the cub, and like people will protect their kids with their life. So any parent knows. That's what young people don't know. Anybody who's a regular person who has a child will kill. Period. Yeah. So we already know that. When I go to meet somebody's dad, I'm like, oh, you got a dad? I know what that means. Even before I was a dad, I knew what that meant.
Okay. No, she been setting it up too with telling me, oh, he think like you with this. Look, he did this like you.
I like when he did that with it. He like the Eagles. He try to smooth it out.
But it's so but
he already got his license in the car. Look, he already got a car and he responsible. Look, he got a job. He been working for a couple of years now.
But do you understand what a compliment that is? That she sees things that she actually recognizes. The reason she recognizes as a positive is because you do it. That is some dope shit that somebody is looking at somebody and picking that out like, oh, dad does that. My dad said that. My dad does that. You know, It could be a lot. That's a huge compliment. Yes, Mike, that part. She wants to need your opinion. Yeah, facts on facts.
Yeah, she could be hiding them. That's when you
she could be hiding them.
LaShawn keeping her same
3
philosophy
years
for her kids. Look at
3 years.
LaShawn said for her 20, LaShawn got a lot of little friends. So here she go. I tell my 20 to date multiple and travel. So she wanted her daughters to have You wouldn't want your daughter dating a lot of people, right, Mike? You wouldn't want Monty doing that, right? The twins.
I know it. I can joke, but I know what LaShawn's saying. I can joke and I get it. Don't nobody want their daughter multiple sleeping with people, but I get what it is about dating because, I think you should be social. I get it. I get dads. It's hard for a dad to wrap their mind around that idea, but it's not hard to wrap their mind around that idea when it comes to their son. That same idea with your son, you're cool with. So
I like group dating. Like I'm with that initially. Before you start dating anybody, the girls go to the movies, the guys go to the movies, y'all all meet and laugh. Like Mike is saying, be social, all eat, see who you actually like. If don't just be like some guy asked you to go somewhere and now he's trying to jump on you. No nonsense. I'm not doing that. Like maybe 17, but 15, no. 15, y'all can all meet at the mall and walk around and giggle and talk about who like who, and then get picked up and come home. And like we gonna do this decent and in order. And yeah, you're gonna know what you like before you start even being alone with anybody.
Yeah, if you want to, y'all want to go on a date by yourselves, y'all come with us to the movies.
There you go, something like that. And then we the group.
Yeah, we the group.
We the group.
We the group now.
But I had a girlfriend that did that. I was with the girl. I was a year and a half older than her, and the mom was like, "Yeah, you can date my daughter." And we hung out as a family all the time. Like I was part of the family. They was like, "You coming with us?" Like, yeah, you can hang with her, but this is a package deal. And I was like, understood. And I was glad to be accepted, but I also knew that I was being monitored, and I respected it.
We the people.
All right, let me make sure I got this. I think that's dope. Let me make sure I got this before I said, because I got Doc when he okay, yeah, I got that for 8:00. So Doc, once you you'll be up there at 8:00. Oh, so all right. So Cam Newton, I had a great weekend. Everything was good. Oh, let me just say this. I went to the Netflix house in King of Prussia yesterday. Netflix has an actual.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
Somebody else just said that about the Netflix house. Go ahead. What is it? Go ahead.
And me, Amani, Akela, and all the girls, my 3 girls, we went out there. We was there for hours. I'm gonna let you know it's expensive.
I'm out.
It's not crazy, but if you're paying for 3, it's gonna be something. So we had a good time. There's a Squid Games virtual reality episode of Squid Games virtual reality. They put the VR set on you, and they go in there and they do the whole thing. We didn't make reservations. Those 3 did it. I can see it. Shout to the people. I wish I remember the young man's name. Older black guy and a young black guy. They treated us good because we didn't have reservations. They got them in there. They said we do what we want here. They gave me they did the code. They said we do it. Yeah, we got you. Just you don't have reservations, but we can make it happen.
We're gonna get you in.
They said we're gonna take you to customer service so they can actually. So they took us to the white people, and the white people. And I looked at them like, you know what? I should tip you, but I'm not. I should tip you, but I'm not. But no, I'm not. I'm not doing all that.
That's the report Jay was trying to get on the phone.
Yeah, that was it.
That's the one. Holler at you.
So the Netflix thing is good. They got miniature golf in there. They got a special miniature golf. They got this escape room.
It's called Netflix House.
Yeah, the Netflix house. It's dope. Like if you want to go, it's not huge. If you're into Netflix, you're into Squid Games, Bridgerton for the women. They got a place to eat. There's stuff like nothing huge, not as big as Dave and Buster's. But it was.
Do you need reservations for the other stuff?
Yeah, for the other stuff, I would get reservations unless you do it like I did. I went on a Monday at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. So by the time we got there, it wasn't as crazy as it would have been. Pretty good activity if you got some kids. My kids are older, but if you want to get your little drink on, they got the drink. If you want to have 1 or 2 drinks, they got the drinks, they got the food, everything like that. You got to order everything with the scan. You got to scan the code, and you got to order everything. Then they bring the food out to you. Not bad. If you want to do something, you're around there. It's a long drive. For me, it was a long drive. It was like a 40-minute drive. JB said I'm out too much money. I mean, remember,
driving far and spending a lot. Yeah, we could do something else closer. Yeah.
And let me shout my daughters out because they was like, Dad, this is ridiculous. We got to cash app you. I was like, I'm good. We're good.
Wow, it was that much they felt bad that you had to spend so.
Because 3 people, $30 for something. 3 people, you gonna crack 100 quick. Then you gotta eat. You're gonna crack 100 quick, and then you gotta, you gonna do all that.
You really want bacon on that burger? Do you really have to have the bacon today? All right, I get it.
We ate the smash burgers. Kayla got the chicken and waffles.
King of pressure.
What wasn't bad. It's a little expensive, letting you know. Now, if you go on Dolo with just somebody else,
you're on a date, like you.
Yeah, if you go on. You go on a Saturday night and y'all drinkers can get your drink on. Then you can go to the escape room. That'll be fun. Then
so similar to Dave and Buster's with the vibe I'm getting.
Just not the games and smaller. Not the games and smaller. So shout out to Netflix. It's cool. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I think they're gonna have to have different events based around their shows. I don't know. But if you want to check it out. All right. So Cam Newton. And I think he's a pastor. The man with the beard, he has a thick beard, and he works with the young kids.
You showed the clip before. The clip you showed, I remember.
When they were talking back and forth. Mm-hmm. Did I show the clip when he tried to end the show? And
no, you ain't show that one. I know what you're talking about, but we didn't show that one yet.
All right, so this clip was interesting. So Jay, he has a way of he ends the show, and Corey Holcomb said later when he saw it, he said, "Joe, he got me to do that." And Corey didn't get it at the moment. He said, "That's fucked up, Cam." Anyway, there's a routine he does at the end of the show. Now, they've already had a long debate about a lot of things. It was a very interesting interview. I appreciated his demeanor. It was the first time I ever saw him almost get loud. That's how irritating Cam Newton can be on his thoughts. But I'm practicing that. He brought it in. So there's the ending part where they got to do this little, I hate to call it a ceremony because I don't want to give it away. But Pastor Williams says, I can't actually get down with that. So this is how it goes.
As we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, Mr. Jason, we're going to say one love. When I say all together, we're going to say one love. I would have loved to have a question from the crew today with certain individuals, but that's going to have to wait.
Yes, sir.
As we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, we're going to say one love. When I say all together, we're going to say one love. When I say all together, we're going to say what?
One love.
All right. It's going to look similar like this. We got your camera or my camera right here, your camera right here, our camera right here. Mm-hmm. It's going to be one finger. Then we're going to add the pinky, then add the thumb. And when I say all together, we're going to say what?
One love.
You ready? Here we go. One finger. You got to do it with me, brother. That's just the sign of love.
Okay, so I hear you. Can I share something else?
Please.
This symbol is called Mana Canuno. It's a satanic salute as well. Google it. So for me, listen.
Google the sign.
Listen to me. Listen, Cam, listen. Son, listen to me. I'm saying that not to judge you. You listening? I'm saying that I can't participate in that part, but I can't say one love. I'm just falling in line with my own convictions. Can we reset, son?
Yes, I got it.
Come on. You leaving me hanging?
Oh. But I just think sometimes
it's just a personal conviction.
I'm not trying to judge your personal conviction, but what I am also saying, you should consider the intentions. My intentions is not.
Okay, let's reset. I know your intentions are good.
Okay.
You looking at me, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm serious.
Yes, sir.
I have to follow what is in me.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Satanists do that same salute. You can Google it. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't mean to you something different.
No, it is a universal
love
sign.
And that's awesome.
Love.
And that's awesome.
And I'm giving you love.
You know what you give me love through? This.
Okay. There you go.
But see, now, you know what's deep? Now I feel like I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to be holier than thou. It's just I used to teach classes on it, and I will, it's something that I've seen.
I'm good. I promise.
So I know your intention is good.
I give him credit because he says, I know your intentions. I don't know if his intentions are good. I don't.
Yeah, the weird reaction.
I don't know what Cam Newton's into.
Ash, I agree with the comments they were talking about. I don't know who said it, Craig or Ash. Somebody said his reaction was weird. All that putting his head in his hands. I'm like, bro, he just don't want to put his hand up. Like, y'all been talking for over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I've never known that to be the universal sign of love.
He said he studied it.
I've never.
Yeah, Ms. Clark said for sign language, right?
I guess.
But somebody's passion and their like, I can't force your beliefs to tell you to downplay how you're feeling to do what I want you to do. Like, that didn't make sense to me for him to say, yeah, but you got to consider my attention. No, is my values is this. I can't push down my values just to make you happy. Yeah. That was
his convictions. Even more though, his convictions. Like, I'm gonna have to be convicted from doing this when I leave here. Like, I'm gonna have to wear this and own this and account for this.
Cam is wrong again. He was wrong when he said the Eagles gonna lose to Detroit this weekend. When he was, passionate, and they all gonna get exposed. Cam is just wrong. He's wrong here too. He's just wrong.
Don't agree with that.
Go real quick.
Do what you do. Yes, I saw this. I don't jump in co-sign with nonsense that I don't agree with, and do what you do, but I don't join in. Listen, I mean, human beings have this weird way of thinking. If I explain to you that what you've been doing and what you've been showing, and I prove to you that that this is the universal sign, this is a satanic sign, instead of you just saying didn't know.
What's the name of the sign? I'll look it up. What is it called? What is it?
I have no idea what that sign. I see people, I see celebrities throw it up all the time. The same way I see celebrities take pictures.
I never paid attention. You see them do this, but I guess with the thumb up means something different.
Yeah, I guess so. But I see that they take pictures with them covering their eyes, and then I realize, the satanic thing behind that, and when they do this and all this other stuff, and it's like me asking somebody to just to make it basic. You know how I like to make it 1 + 1 = 2.
It pops right up.
It's like me inviting you to a business meeting, and I have my business meetings at strip clubs, and you're like, I can't walk in a strip club, and I'm like, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. It ain't even about the strippers. It's not about the strippers. We're talking about business. My intention is talking about business. And the person says, yeah, but I can't walk in there. I can't walk in there and have this meeting there. These are not the places I go to.
I never even knew this. Paid attention to it, but yeah. All right.
But people don't like when somebody says something that you believe is something. When somebody brings something up and says, but that does mean this. People hate that. People say, that's not what I mean by it. That's not what I mean by it.
You understand my attention. My attention is pure. It is to be for love. And forget what you feel, what you studied. Just do it because I asked you to do it. I mean, some things in life we do for other people, but that ain't going to be one of them.
Yeah, you gotta choose. And if you're aware that you're breaking your convictions, you're saying, all right, and that's your choice.
I could see us doing it because we didn't know the history to that degree. We know we were just playing around. And
that's how we got Corey Holcomb.
Yeah,
Corey went up there and said, "Oh shit."
You just going with the flow. You're a follower. You being a follower at that point. Just
and I do listen, man. I'm not gonna say I believe or don't believe. I'm not gonna say stuff like, but I do. It makes me. I won't take part in rituals. Like any type of ritual, I don't take part in. I don't like rituals. They spook me out. I've never liked rituals in church. They spook me out. I don't like.
Like, what's an example of a ritual in church that spooks you out?
I don't like. I always felt funny about
the bread and the wine.
Drinking the blood of Christ. I always felt a little weird.
So you didn't do it?
No, I did it because I was a kid.
And you just followed along.
And when we got older, we got to a certain point. You got to try it once. Poor deaf people can't even use the sign to say I love you. I guess if that's the
and that's the same sign for us. So they done took something else from them.
I guess.
Let me see the sign language for I love you. Sign language, I love you.
It's the reason why you've never seen me initiated in any type of group. Like I've never done an initiation because it spooks me out. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I just said it spooks me out.
So, sign language for I love you is the same thing.
Yeah, I love you, hands up.
So I guess you can't do it. I guess two things can mean the same thing.
Yeah.
No, find something different. Just find something different then.
How about we just say one love? Because that's what he said at the end of the thing. He just said, "Can I just say one love?"
One love.
Yeah. but
the Satan one got the thumb folded. No, they look like they're the same thing.
I don't know. Put the picture up. I don't know. I didn't pay no attention to it.
The thumb he got the thumb out open. But on the sign itself, on the statue, it ain't open. But when people do it, they do it with it open. So I guess thumb up or thumb down. Okay, so thumb down, maybe okay. You're right. You see, it's too confusing.
Whoa!
So Satan, thumb out is the I love you. So just keep your thumb out and we good. I think.
Yeah, but which one was here first? Which one was here first?
I would think. I think that statue had to be here first.
Yeah, they had to be here first before the sign language.
I think they had to be here first.
So was the creator of sign language being funny out of all the things you could have created? What? I don't know.
Yeah, so thumb down is Satan. Oh, no, wait, huh? All right, I'm confused. Illuminati, they got different ones. All right, so now you're getting to Devil's Horn. Oh, that's the Devil's Horn when it's who?
That's why the fist bump is universal. That's why the fist bump is always good. That's why we could have just said one love and just put our fist in one love.
Just keep it simple.
Just keep it simple. Just hit him with the.
It's supposed to represent the horn. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just did it.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm saying stuff.
No, Cam is wrong for trying to force it on the dude that said I don't want to do it. He's wrong.
No, I'm not saying that. I believe he's wrong. He's your guest. Okay, then don't do it. What's the big deal? That worries me on why you're so adamant that we have to do this. And he wound up breaking down. He wound up. But rituals spook me out. That's just the thing I have, y'all. And I'm not the rituals. That's why I've never
eating the bread. He ain't drinking the blood of Jesus.
I've drank the blood and I've eaten the bread hundreds of times. But as I got older, I was like
say, how you say it? What'd you say? You said,
I go like this. I put my hand out. There was something about, I don't know. The Masons told me they couldn't tell me about the organization until I committed. And after I committed, I couldn't get out of the organization. So I stayed clear of organization.
Well, you didn't get out. So you're still a Mason.
He said he stayed clear.
Oh, you stayed clear. Okay.
So I stayed. It just makes me feel weird. And I realized how many rituals as a kid that I got brought into. I ain't really like I went to confession. You know what confession is, Jay?
I think I do. That's when you go talk into the booth. I see it on movies. You go in the booth and there's a pastor or a priest on the other side of the wall, and they can hear you say, "What have you done, my son?" And then you got to tell you, be honest, right?
They go, what are you here to confess?
What are you here to confess? And then you tell the truth?
Yeah, I was a kid. I told the truth. I think there was something about a test that I hadn't shown my parents. There was a test that I hadn't shown that I had done poorly on a test. And then he tells me, you got to go outside. And I had to pray. I had to do like 3 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers. They give you like prayers you got to do.
So and they cleanse you. You get a reset.
You ask for forgiveness.
So do you still got to go tell the truth?
No, you got to tell the truth. Then he gives you a prescription of prayers. He writes a prescription out. And he says 2 Hail Marys, 1 Our Father. And then you go out and you do the 2 Hail Marys and 1 Our Father before you leave church. And then you know you're good. But you're supposed to change your ways. But then it wipes off.
If you cheat on your spouse, you get out, you be honest, and then you can get a clean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do.
And then he gives you, he might give you some advice. Yeah, he might give you.
So what's the difference between a therapist and I guess because you getting it? Well, let me stop. I don't understand. I don't want to go too deep in all that.
Catholic confession is not biblical. I don't know if it is. I just don't do it because as by the time I got to like the 6th grade, I'm like, he's just a person. Like, how does he call God and get me forgiven? Like, well, how does he make the connection? Does he, how does he call? But I mean, a lot of people do it. if that makes you feel better about getting something off your chest and speaking it to another man, go ahead. I don't know. I don't know if confession happens in any other. I'm sure it happens in some other religion. I don't know if it happens. I don't know if black people in Baptist churches do confession. I don't think that. I think once a month y'all do the bread of Christ. Y'all do the body of Christ. I think once a month y'all.
This ain't the place to get that information.
I think it's once a month. I mean, we got Ashabu. Ashabu's
I should know.
I should know.
Yeah, she do be knowing. Those Masons. Thank God you didn't join Masons and Eastern Stars. Our cult. Oh, no different than MAGA, right? Is all I'm saying.
Don't promote that.
Don't say MAGA is a cult.
No, don't say what she said about the Eastern Stars. And,
I was just reading.
Remember we went to the ceremony? Remember we went?
Good morning, Trendsetter out in Dallas, Texas. What up, homie?
Remember they had the hats and everything. We went and supported.
Oh, Sexy Mo.
Yeah.
That was a cult. Like that's a whole. Lady Q, I hear her telling me it was a different experience. It was just a different experience. Shout out to Sexy Mo. Yeah, I didn't know what we was walking into. Like, I was like, yo, where do we park?
Once he walked in, we felt like
we here to support Mo. I don't know what's going on. Wait,
how y'all got the outfits on?
Wait, what's going on?
Huh?
You're supposed to stand. They standing. I think we got to stand too. Oh God!
Communion is done. Bread for the body, the grape juice to symbolize the blood. Yeah, I'm
look at Cousin Ash knowing stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Like back in the day, Catholic Church would give you wine. Like you sip a little bit of wine, it would be wine. Damn, Jay, you trying to say we all heathens? Why can't this group have the discussion? Yeah, he claimed we can't have a discussion that has to do with God over here. We can't have no discussion
because if religion turns people off, everyone has their beliefs and passionate in certain lanes, and if you disagree, politics and religion can really break up stuff. So I try to avoid, especially if I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Like you talking about 3 Hail Marys and the possible. Like I don't know what
that was
you're
a prescription.
talking about.
That was the prayer prescription.
Like, I don't know what you're doing. So I'm like, huh? So I don't want to get into something. Well, let you and Doc handle that if y'all want to. I don't know it. I got clips about news reporters calling people monkeys that I wanted to play, and you got Tekashi 6ix9ine out there. You got people getting married in jail. I got ratchet clips, like well, the monkey clip ain't ratchet. But yeah,
I give you because of Christ we can boldly go to God and confess our sins. Yeah, 3 Hail Marys and impossible. No facts, because of that I was like, so how do you judge? You gotta understand the person that I am now. I was unfiltered. See, I got programmed by the world. When I was a kid, I wanted to ask these questions. I would ask these questions. How do you decide how many prayers? And they'd always, because you're a kid, they were like, God, they would always bring God and they would tell you how many prayers you're supposed to. That's how I say, but how is it really bad? Do I do 12 Hail Marys? Do I do 14 All Fathers? Like, what do I do? And I wasn't being funny. A lot of college fraternities and sororities are based in cults too. Initiation. All right, I didn't know he was gonna go down this road. The up and downs used to fry me. The up and down used to fry me when I went to Catholic church. Yeah, you just had to know once you knew the routine, you were good. Once you knew the routine.
Well, Doc's in a fraternity, he know.
Hey,
he's in the same one that Mo's in, right? They're in the blue one, right?
I guess they're in the blue one.
No, they're in the blue one. They both, for the girls and for the guys. Doc and Mo, they're in the same one. Mm-hmm. I didn't do college, let alone fraternity. So a part of me wish I did go to college though, for the fun and that nightlife. But Doc would know if it's a cult. Let's see. There go Doc.
I'm about to say, I'm waving my hands like, bro, I'm here. I'm right here.
Are y'all a cult, Doc? Are y'all a cult? The fraternities?
I was listening like, what is going on?
Yeah, we needed you.
It turned into the comment section on YouTube about this, Joy. I said, everything's a cult. Dude.
Is your mic on? Because you sound like you're talking into the speaker on the laptop, on the computer.
Let me see.
They can't be the same one. Doc is a fraternity.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, there you are. There you are. No, they're in the same. They're in the same fraternity.
I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Sexy Mo is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We're the only constitutionally bound sister and brother organization in the Divine Nine, the 9 Greek organizations in the Panhellenic Council.
See, somebody said that sounds like a cult. Like that's what somebody would just think.
Listen, I just don't.
I mean, if you went to the game yesterday, it's no different. Let's not play.
With the Eagles, that's a quote?
If you've never been to a sports event and you're not a sports fan and you go to the arena and you see people with their faces painted and you be like, what am I a part of? And they beat people up from the opposing groups and all kind of stuff. Like it's rough. Don't go there wearing the wrong jersey and think it's just like, oh, it's a friendly sporting competition. You'd be like, yo, these people are brainwashed. Like they'll literally fight people. Like I've seen it. I've seen people go to the Eagles game with the wrong jersey and get beat up. Like we don't do that. I don't see people with the wrong color and be like, oh my God, you're in a different organization. I'm going to beat on you. But if you got the wrong jersey, you get your ass kicked out here in Philly. So if you're going to talk about a cult, talk about the ones painting their faces, getting drunk and doing ceremonies and reveling, singing songs when they all drunk together. And it gets deep. It gets deep. Now, if we don't do that, you won't catch us doing that. And that's in public. Y'all be out there, faces painted, drunk, beating people up, singing songs, doing rituals, and changing your mood based on how it right. People beat their wives more and all kind of stuff. I've seen statistics that scare me. I never come home from a fraternity meeting and beat my wife.
But Ms. Clark said,
let the Eagles lose. And there's some people right now that's like, let me make sure
you can get it.
Let me make sure that plate is warm. Let me make sure I got the ice ready for my head. Yeah, they said people and beat more. The crime rates and the abuse rates go up when the teams lose in every city. Wow. So no, we don't do that. So if somebody's a cult, it ain't us, because there's other people doing a whole lot more extreme ritualistic behavior than we ever will. I want all the smoke when it comes to this.
Yeah,
that's a cult. You paint your face to beat your wife.
Miss Clark, I went back and forth with it. I still do. My cousin had me thinking about it. Okay. Got you. Listen, this is my thing. And this is all I said. I don't know. Well, Craig said the Mason said he couldn't know certain things and he stood clear. All I said is I'm spooked out by rituals. So I don't do rituals of any kind. So, but I have in my life, and I've questioned them when it came to the church, and they really didn't give me any answers. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm good. This confession thing, doing 7 prayers, and then I'm forgiven. Any pledge or alliance that's not to God is not for me. Okay, Oswald, got you. Me too. We pre-pledged and found out it wasn't for me. Got you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they fraternities, sororities, cults, groups. It ain't for everybody. So you don't know until you get in it.
But the thing I always say is the difference between the sports fans and the other groups is we do a lot of community service. We don't just get drunk and go cheer on Sunday or Monday, whatever. Like we got a whole other list of things we do. We got all these scholarships. Yeah, because we could say we have networking and scholarships. And I'm actually about to put my son in the youth group. I was in a youth group that wasn't part of Greek group. I was part of a youth group in high school for kids that was having a little trouble. We went to Seton Hall University, got on campus. Some of the black people on campus come talk to us. They were architects and lawyers. And that was my first introduction to college life. So I was like, I need my son to be involved in a group like this. My fraternity has a national group of young people from 8 to 18 that we do this with. Where we do robotics, scholarships.
So what's the difference in MAGA thinking that they're right and they
MAGA don't do that? MAGA ain't got no youth groups that talk about literacy and collecting food and feeding the homeless. The MAGA ain't doing that. That's what I'm saying. And we got national programs. I'm talking about over 100,000 people that are involved in sleep outs for the homeless, literacy programs, donating to everything from St. John. Like we're doing things every week. MAGA ain't doing nothing but punching people in the face and voting away people's rights. Sporting fans ain't doing nothing but getting drunk and buying expensive jerseys and arguing with people in barbershops. There is no other side. There is no organized body that does businesses. Literally, we have a bigger, better business initiative where all the business owners meet and talk about how to do black business and own property and farm and increase literacy rates. And like we do these things all the time.
you know, the Eagles will say, you know, they'll you know, I wasn't ready to go down here, but the Eagles will say we donate millions of dollars, and
the Eagles,
say,
not the fans. I'm talking about
but that's the leadership of what they're
as a
part
member.
of.
I'm saying culture for service for humanity. They see me in the schools. The reason why I speak in schools and do everything I do and join organizations because we had ideals that lined up. I want to be in the community. You don't see me wearing shirts every day because we wasn't never going to be them type of guys. I was going to be a Sigma, and people be like, "Word, I didn't even know you was in one of those." Exactly, and that's how we get down.
So. Hey, everybody!
As an Eagles fan, all I've done is cheer. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't do one.
They're gonna be a lot of Eagle fans who say they support donations and they support when they have events. They're gonna be tons of. They're gonna be a lot of fans who.
I'll politely say there's no comparison, and we're all over the world, and they pretty much mostly located in Philly. There's no comparison. I'm in both. I'm in both, and I'm telling you.
What's the definition of a cult? I don't know what the definition. I didn't know we were getting into this, but okay, all right. Since y'all, a relative small group of people having beliefs or practices, especially relating to religion, that are regarded by others as strange or sinister, or as imposing excessive control over members. And then there's more. Number two, a person or thing that is popular or fashionable among a particular group or section of society.
Okay, well, there's an official definition.
I mean, every time we pledge allegiance to the flag, we're part of it.
I wasn't even gonna say it.
And you know, every time it's a culty thing. Everything's a cult. Everything has the principles of cults. So you can put that wherever you want it.
That's what
every
Doc
single
said.
thing.
No, I'm saying that the whole notion of bread and circus and a cult, like Mike said, whatever the criteria is, this criteria extends far beyond, and actually it fits more to other areas of life that are more popular than the things people always, refer to. The Masons, no, the stuff you do. You the one getting drunk, painting your face, singing songs, doing rituals, and get like that. That's
well, they're gonna say there's no secret rituals that they have to do to become an Eagle fan. All they gotta do is say they're an Eagle fan.
It has to be, I didn't see secret in the definition of the cult.
No, this is what they're bringing up. This is what
I'm saying. I didn't see secret in the definition. Secret had nothing to do with it. You could be out in the open in the cult. You could be in a cult.
Well, it says controlling, and controlling would be secrecy. In controlling,
and controlling is not secrecy whatsoever.
All right, we're gonna agree to disagree. This is not what I want.
See, that's why I don't go down as well. Y'all about to start beefing.
I'm saying as a matter of fact, you could be a pimp and I could be beating you. Controlling and secrecy they're mutually exclusive. They're not together. They're not.
Yeah, but you'll tell the pimp will tell you better not tell nobody that I'm a pimp.
But it's not a necessary. It's not a necessary aspect.
It's necessary because you can't tell the cops.
You don't have to have secrecy to control somebody. That's not the facts. I'm not arguing. I'm saying the facts are you don't have to be secret to be controlling. You can be controlling,
but it's a tool. It's a tool.
It can be, but it's not necessary.
But it is necessary for the ultimate secrecy. This is why the government is falling because they have been secret. This is why Israel runs this country because they have secrets.
You can be controlling without secrecy.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying. That's a fact.
And all I said was it was a tool.
Yes, it is a tool, but it's not
used a lot.
It's not a necessary tool. They're not together.
In the highest form of corruption in this world, secrecy is used.
Some can say plain sight. Like that's
plain sight and secrecy because the reason
why some can say the worst stuff is done in plain sight.
Yeah.
So that's not even that's a debate. That's subjective. But the fact is, I always want to say the fact. The fact is you don't have to have secrecy to be controlling. That's a misnomer. That's misinformation. Let's not give misinformation.
But the facts are it is a primary tool that is used by people in these organizations.
You're making a different statement than the one I objected to.
Okay, I just did.
Corrected it.
I made a primary. I made
this is why I leave it alone.
Thank you for correcting
it. All right, let's break it up.
Barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. You better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.
No, I appreciate the clarification.
And I appreciate the fact that the tool has been used. This is why the secrets are always kept away. This is why information is always kept away. Primary information is the key way of keeping people oppressed in this country. They've never wanted the information, so they've kept it secret, they've hidden it, and they've lied about it. So secrecy is a big part.
Yeah, we were talking about two different groups in terms of the fans and the organizations, and the point that I was making was
when you said one has secrets, I was saying, well, that's not a determining factor of which one is more controlling. Or that's what I'm saying. That's
okay.
it.
And
That's
for the last time, I said that it's a tool that is used. So we did veer off the topic. I wanted to clear up that secrecy is a powerful tool.
But I didn't object to that. That wasn't part of the objection. The point of contention had nothing to do with that.
Okay, and I didn't have a point of objection to it. I was trying to clear up.
I objected. I'm the one that raised the contention. I raised the point. So I'm the one that said that's not true. So I'm telling you what I'm saying wasn't true.
I wasn't talking about that. I was making a point.
Did. You said one is more secret, one has secrets. And I said, no, that's not a recipe for controlling.
And I said it was a tool for controlling. And the secrecy that everybody has in these organizations, they know that's why they don't share them. Because they know it's a primary reason that makes them part of the organization. You take an oath in the organization to make sure you keep these secrets amongst the people in the organization. So it's a very powerful tool. It just doesn't happen sometimes. It's one of the most powerful tools.
And we all.
But you say you're not in any organization, so I'm just.
And the last word is we all agree to disagree. Y'all both proved your point. Y'all both.
But now he wants to bring up you're not in any organization.
No,
now we're going on.
Nothing to argue about. I can't argue with you about it because you're not in one.
I've been in organizations, and I removed myself because.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't take oaths. I didn't know. I thought you didn't do that.
No, you didn't. But see, you didn't hear.
I might have heard you wrong.
You absolutely did hear me wrong because I said. I absolutely said the opposite. I questioned them.
I stand corrected.
I actually said the opposite.
I can say it one more time. Ready? Are you ready? I'm wrong. I didn't know.
There you go. CJ Black.
If you're in an organization and you're talking from a point of what organization you were in, then that's your opinion. No problem.
Exactly. I wasn't willing to
agree to disagree.
I wasn't willing to be told I can't question. So I questioned, and then I was like, "Okay."
Mike, he didn't say he was wrong. You still dragging it out. Golly,
I learned from the best of them. What are you talking about? He'll drag that shit out whenever he's ready.
Y'all got it. I don't know.
Good morning, Nikki.
All right. So and I didn't even. Once again, this is what y'all do. Community. This is what y'all do. I told you 4 or 5 times I didn't want to talk about this, and y'all came with the comment.
The conversation wasn't the problem. It was just that one point about
y'all came in the comment. That's your opinion. What the problem was? That's your opinion.
That's the only issue I raised.
Okay. But the comments and the comments get going. I get going. Hey, I got this thing I want to play. And here y'all go.
All right, what's your next clip? Because like I said, I got one too. But keep going. Let's go. Y'all good.
Speaking of secrets. Don't keep no secrets in relationships.
Oh, okay. Nope. Be honest, huh?
Be honest. Because there's new shit that's happening when you break up with somebody. I'm not even talking about being married. I'm talking about breaking up with somebody. I'm talking about people are now taking people to court for straight breaking up and getting lawyers and literally going to a courtroom to actually pay the lawyer to fight this case right here.
Woman is demanding her ex-boyfriend pay compensation, claiming he stole her childbearing years. After nearly a decade together, she says her 38-year-old ex ended things just as she was ready to start a family. She said she put her career and her goals on hold, believing they'd have kids, and now wants him to cover fertility treatments like egg freezing or IVF. Now, the story from the New York Post has gone viral, sparking a debate. Some call it justified. Others say it's absurd to blame an ex. Legal experts say her case wouldn't hold up in court, but it is raising some questions about love, timing, and who really pays the price when relationships end. So what do you think? Does she have a point? Let us know. And download Fox Local for live streaming, news, and more.
Y'all go ahead. I'm tired.
What the hell? Wow, this is deep as said. Why she allowed him to take her childbearing years? Ain't that the question?
It takes two to no. Let me not.
It takes two to toxic.
I don't want no more smoke. I said I'm wrong. I just had my hands.
First of all, if you with somebody for 10 years, do you know how whack?
Wow, she does have a point.
Do you know how? Do you know how whack? Do you know how whack your sex game has to be that you were with it for 10 years and you ain't get pregnant? Because y'all can get pregnant whenever y'all want when y'all in a relationship for 10 years. Whatever y'all want.
Maybe somebody got a low sperm count, or maybe no. Right.
Then he would have just brought that up. He would have just brought it up and be like, "Listen, I tried.
Ash said, I got to think about my response. Don't wait to see what other people say, Ash.
Don't wait.
What do you really thought? Her childbearing years was taken, and she trying to get some reciprocity. Like,
what do you mean take reciprocity?
Yeah, you're Colorado. All right, keep going. Go
ahead. I had to question myself. I said, wait, maybe I'm wrong again. I said, wait.
You know what I'm trying to say. Look,
Dog, at this point, I'm not pointing the shit out. I'm not.
Just keep going.
Whoever wants to point it out, you go ahead.
No.
If somebody takes your recipe from you,
resuscitation, and CPR. Resist.
Y'all making something big. Stop. Keep going.
Guess I know why they broke
Get
up.
out of here with that allow stuff. The word allow, Miss Clark don't like that word. Allow.
Well, who said allow?
Did I say allow? Allowed him to take. Well, no. Jay said, "Why'd you allow him to take your childbearing years?"
Well, yeah, you allowed it, meaning you were in that relationship. You were. It was two of y'all, right? You didn't have to stay, correct?
Yeah, at a certain point, you're gonna be like, "I need to have a baby." You're not. You know. Let's make it happen.
Said that's some BS. She should have just cheated. But then she wouldn't have a case.
She's saying that he's irresponsible for her being in that situation.
That's why I try to keep it moving.
This is the one time where she's going to say he had the power. She's not going to say equality. She's not going to say 50-50 takes two to toxic. She's saying the man is in charge. The man had the power. This man misled me and misrepresented. So it's this man's fault.
In some cases, men will knowingly stay with a woman knowing they have no intentions for marrying them.
Facts.
Wouldn't that just be called dating? But okay, all right, that woman, but will lead them to believe that they have the similar goal. Then they say, nah. Well, you're not allowed to change your mind.
She says, Manetta, what's that? Neo's ex-wife?
This is the same thing Manetta was trying to do to Neo because they discussed getting her tubes tied, and then he left her. Yeah, he got her to get her tubes tied, and then he left.
I think that's a little different. I think if there's an operation involved, I think a lawyer might. I don't know. I think I might have a different opinion when it comes to that. So again, in this situation, I feel differently.
Yeah,
normally I was on the other side. But once you say tubes tied, let's stay. In this situation, the tubes weren't tied. So let's stay with the facts of this. And I'm gonna say
it took 10 years. It took her 10 years to realize it wasn't going to work out. It took 10 years.
But she has to realize going in that you have a different timeline biologically. You have a different risk of probability and cost analysis. Like, you're going to be the one pregnant. He's going to be the one that got somebody pregnant. Like, I tell my daughter this all the time. I remember in college, this girl was dating a football player. She got pregnant. He went pro or semi-pro, and she went home. That's what happened.
Why is he wasting her time? Together. Why is he wasting her time, as Clark said? She was waiting for him to define a relationship.
Well, she wasted her own time.
She wasted.
Why would you wait for somebody to find a relationship?
And let me go back to Ms. Clark. Also, we don't know the ins and outs of others' relationship, but was she like at this point? She could have got pregnant from the minute she had a menstrual cycle. So she decided to wait till this age is my prime years. So she probably in her mind waited and she wanted the perfect timing, and the relationship didn't work out.
How old is she?
She got to be near 40 to be doing this.
No, stop.
No, you would think, because she said her prime childbearing years.
No, the prime is a lot younger than 40. No offense if you know. I know.
I'm thinking.
Sorry, I typed right now.
I'm sorry, because when you get 54, you start leaning into. If you're 36, you're close to 40. I'm thinking, and that's not true. That's not true. I'm thinking she's probably like 35, 30. She's like in her late 30s.
Coming out of childbearing years.
Childbearing years. Ash had a bunch of questions for her.
Oh, we need to know why they broke up. We need to know if they planned for a family. And were they trying at all? Was she on birth control? I have a million questions.
Great points.
Yeah, because my thing is, listen, I hate to. This is just some regular common man thing. If you're with me for 10 years, let's say we're living together for 10 years. If you want to get pregnant, you're gonna get pregnant. I'm just telling you the woman I've been with.
10 years.
Like a woman can come to you and say, it's unhealthy for me to be on birth control for this long. I've been on birth control since this age. So then she says, so I have to get off birth control. I'm telling you right now. Okay, cool. I don't want you to affect your health. Well, now, if you're living with somebody seeing them every day and you're sleeping in the same bed, you're not always reaching for a condom. And then you want to play the pull-out game like you a 17-year-old. Okay, then the pregnancy is gonna happen.
You can change your mind. I'm speaking of the people who stayed in relationships playing like they want to get married and have a family, but the entire time know damn well they didn't want to.
I'm cool on that if she said it was 5 to 6 years.
Facts.
10 years, it's like the hypnotist. You got to be part of it for it to work. 10 years? I ran this on you for 10 years. Oh, hold up. I'm getting my stuff together. Hold up. Yeah, I'm planning on it. Yeah, we're going to do that. 10 years? At what point do you take some accountability and be like, you know what? I've been hustled before. I've had people deceive me and everything else. And I say all the time, the only thing I can control is what I do. I can learn the lesson and move better next time and realize my part in it. Even if it's getting fooled, I played a part. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. You played a part.
And sometimes it's more comfortable to play the fool. Sometimes it's comfortable. I'll go back to the two comments before that. We often ignore red flags. If she wanted children, it should be discussed. And if he don't want to really do it, then she needs to leave. If that's what she really wanted, I can't blame the man.
Unless he strung her along.
Wait.
Ass bass. That's y'all cousin.
That whole thing, unless he strung me along. Listen, people, I don't know what y'all want. If somebody strings you along and you allowed it to happen and you went along with the dream,
you could have said no.
You're right. We don't have.
I'll take that asterisk though. I'll take that, cousin Ash. I'll take the asterisk. I'll still clap it up, even with the butt string along. Y'all keep saying ins and outs. Y'all trying to be funny because Mike said it too. I thought y'all was trying to be funny. Everybody's like, we know the ins and outs. We do know the ins and outs. I
was trying to.
Yeah, we know the ins and what didn't go in and what didn't come out. Okay.
Didn't cousin Ash exactly. Some people do string people along knowing that it's not what they want, but it's comfortable and the relationship is useful to them and they stay. Nope. Yeah, it's
learn
comfortable.
Your lesson. Yeah, learn your lesson. Yeah, I've been played.
Cousin Ash said play it again.
Play it again. She won't listen with a different ear. She won't listen with a different ear.
And is demanding her ex-boyfriend pay compensation, claiming he stole her childbearing years. After nearly a decade together, she says her 38-year-old ex ended things just as she was ready to start a family. She said she put her career and her goals on hold, believing they'd have kids, and now wants him to cover fertility treatments like egg freezing or IVF. Now, the story from the New York Post has gone viral, sparking a debate. Some call it justified. Others say it's absurd to blame an ex. Legal experts say her case wouldn't hold up in court, but it is raising some questions about love, timing, and who really pays the price when relationships end. So what do you think? Does she have a point? Let us know. And download Fox Local for live streaming news and more.
Wait a second. This made it worse. She wanted him to pay for the egg freezing and the IVF. So she wanted him to pay for her procedures to have a kid.
You wasted my years. Now you're going to pay to save my eggs so I can have a life with somebody else that want to have a kid with me. Like, that's what she's saying.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, Jeanette, this is the show. People blood pressure was up today. They've been arguing all day. But you said you're not going to pay for the next man, but you wasted my years. No. You're responsible.
First of all, I didn't waste your years. You wasted my years too. If we go to court, I'm gonna explain how you wasted my years.
I take some accountability.
Like we wasted each other's years. Like nobody gets these years back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh hell no! She out of pocket. Asked her that she listened again. She wanted to make sure. Yeah, the chick is.
Y'all not mentioning the part where she said she would at the point where she was ready to start a family,
and that's what I meant.
Yeah,
the perfect time.
Wait a minute.
Waited.
So wait a minute. So 8 years ago, neither of them was ready. Maybe 5 years ago, neither of them was talking about this already.
And she said, "No, I'm not ready."
It could have been that. Yep, could have been that the whole time. Now I'm ready. You leaving? Yeah, it's been 8 years and you ain't been ready. Now I'm packing up.
I'm with you, Mike. Ain't no way she ain't get pregnant. Maybe she was his beard. God damn, Nikki. Maybe he was his.
No, she was the one that didn't want to get pregnant. Stop that. Don't be coming with that man's sexuality just because she got
Why we got?
That's what always happens though. Oh, he must be gay. He must be like that. Going. Maybe she's just a loser who thinks that somebody stole something from her in terms of time and doesn't realize as an adult you decide where you're going to be with your time. You are not a slave. He was not your pimp. Like you had your time. Can't nobody steal my time.
She might not be able to get pregnant.
So now that she's saying freezing eggs and IVF, now I'm assuming that she's closer to 40.
Yeah, no, he's 38. Now, yeah, she might be already 40.
I'm no doctor, y'all. I might be wrong. Yeah, that's her fault. Wait a second, K-Day, what? She has just gotten pregnant. It ain't hard. See, Kay, they know what it is. It ain't hard.
It ain't hard to get pregnant. Unless you got some whatever issues, it ain't hard.
Well, it's hard. No, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, but that's why it ain't hard.
38.
It's ins and outs. Ins and outs.
It's the ins and outs.
Ins and outs.
Greg said she's 38. She didn't put her career on hold. I don't know. Maybe she was.
It makes sense. It's like she put her career on hold. I'm like, yo, the chick is almost 40. She's ready to retire, damn near. Like, what are you talking about?
Because maybe she can't get pregnant naturally and needed the fertility treatments and wants him to pay for it. Nah, I'm good. I see what his angle's coming to.
Yeah.
That makes it worse. I'm sure she can get pregnant. However, she now has to spend time finding a new mate. Okay, doesn't everybody?
Yeah. Like he don't gotta do the same thing. His time wasn't like I don't know.
You know, Miss Clark always go opposing, so yeah.
10 years, maybe she's the problem.
Maybe she's the best.
I ain't
Sometimes
never heard you put I'm proud of these women.
Yeah, Jeanette, yeah.
I'm proud of these women today. Wait a second.
Yes, Jeanette. Miss Clark, you by yourself, Miss Clark.
Miss Clark looking around. Miss Clark looking around. What the fuck happened to my team?
She stand on that. Stand on that. Wherever you at. Don't worry about what other people doing.
That's the thing.
Go ahead over there.
You're supposed to be going. We ain't supposed to have to. Once you see the comment, you're supposed to be riding out with the comments. You see what my comment was. Okay, that's the thing with the what medical reports say. They feed women a narrative that it gets harder later, but they don't give you the real on why: health, diet, fitness, environment factors. Yeah, I see a lot of women getting pregnant a lot later now. I listen. I was under the impression it gets more dangerous, but there are a lot of women and some that I know that got pregnant.
See through the bullshit.
These women see through the bull. No, but
that's
some
BS lawsuit.
Most times they don't. Our women know. Most times they be riding out. Miss Clark says, Miss Clark turned into an 8-year-old. So
I'm standing here. Good morning, Rashida. Ain't seen you in a minute. Felt like morning.
Hey, good morning, Rashida. What you think? Look, now I'm bold. What you think about this, Rashida? Hold up, Rashida. Now,
what Rashida think?
Getting everybody feedback now.
Woman is demanding her ex-boyfriend pay compensation, claiming he stole her childbearing years. After nearly a decade together, she says her 38-year-old ex ended things just as she was ready to.
You know what? At the end of this, did she say how old she was? And we were guessing. Did we all miss that? Did she say 38 years old in the beginning?
No, he's 38.
He's 38? Let me hear.
A 34-year-old woman is demanding her ex-boyfriend pay compensation, claiming he stole her childbearing years. After nearly a decade together, she says her 38-year-old ex ended things just as she was ready to start a family. She said she put her career and her goals on hold, believing they'd have kids, and now wants him to cover fertility treatments like egg freezing or IVF. Now, the story from the New York Post has gone viral, sparking a debate. Some call it justified. Others say it's absurd to blame an ex. Legal experts say her case wouldn't hold up in court, but it is raising some questions.
All right, Rashida, just tell us your comment.
Thanks. What Kirsten said, KT said, I had my kid at
why you gotta freeze your eggs at 34? Why you gotta freeze your eggs?
Man, you got another, according to KT, you got another 5 years. Stop.
At least, yeah, you good.
Unless you're Puerto Rican, those were not, you did not miss your prime.
But she can freeze her own eggs, like in the meantime.
Yeah, she can freeze them.
Why can't you freeze them? He got better. His ice is colder.
Yeah.
No, but it is expensive. Jade froze her
That's
egg.
What it is. That's the real. It's the money.
That's what it is.
Must be the money.
Like Ms. Clark said, I'm telling you, unless you're Puerto Rican, you gotta have them kids before 34. He can still shoot the club up.
Oh yeah, at 80.
Or like this, yeah, you're good. She's good until she's 40.
See, Rashida said,
that's not his fault. That ain't his fault.
Dun.
That ain't his fault. She shouldn't have stayed that long.
Did she do that? Did she do that?
I had my first at 38, she said, and the second at 40.
Oh, all right, Rashida. See,
let's go. Let's go.
There you go.
We outside.
We are.
There you go.
The inside. You know.
Rashida's ain't nobody just running up on these eggs.
Didn't J-Lo have one late? Who was that that had a kid in the 50s? Was it J-Lo?
Janet Jackson had one almost 50, right?
Janet Jackson? I know somebody.
She got a lot of money. She got
the good ice.
Yeah, she got good ice. She got different ice. She
got the ice.
She got the crushed and shaved ice. Like she got all types of ices.
The dude making snow cone in New York. Hey, I got the eggs. Got the ice on for the eggs. I got the ice. For your eggs.
I got the good ice. I got the bad ice. I got the cheap and expensive. I got the Louis ice. When What was the comment? What was that comment right there? And I'll let you play a clip. That's facts, Mike. Mike's Puerto Rican grandmother-in-law thought I was old having a baby at 25. Okay, I was joking. I don't know. I was joking. I was doing a very lame, typical, stereotypical joke. The fact that she thought you were old, yeah, she must have. Yeah, all right. I had mine at 39. Go ahead, Miss Parker. I had yours at 39.
That's good. 39 is good. Under 40 and young 40. All right. So if a white person says a black person looks like a monkey on TV and they apologize, should they get to keep their job? That's what they're debating right now. So I'm gonna play this clip. As a news reporter, they talk about the zoo, and she said the dude looked like a monkey. And then she started a white girl, tears and crying.
Imagine being a reporter and you're on live TV with your colleague and your colleague says this.
And check out this cute video that the OKC Zoo just posted.
Okay, you have to see this. This is Finn. We're about to show. Oh my goodness, take a look at him. He's a resident of the Oklahoma City Zoo. And this week, the zoo's ape caretaker took over their Instagram, and we are all loving that they did. And as you can see, Finn was fascinated.
Definitely ready for his close-up there.
Kind of looks like you. Kind of looks like you.
And this is her apology.
Because I want to apologize, not only to my coworker, Jason, but to our entire community. I said something yesterday that was inconsiderate, it was inappropriate, and I hurt people. And I want you to know, I understand how much I hurt you out there and how much I hurt you. I love you so much, and you have been one of my best friends for the past year and a half, and I would never do anything on purpose to hurt you. And I love our community, and I want you all to know, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said. I know it was wrong, and I am so sorry.
I ain't gonna lie, I muted the last 10 seconds. I could. If I missed something important, I'm sorry. But at one point, I just said, hey, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Why? How do they always cry with no tears? That Erica Kirk stuff, that Tammy Baker. Like, how do they cry but no tears be coming out? Everybody I know, when they cry, there's tears. Some people will be snot bubbles. You know,
like, Mike got real quiet. I would be asked, and I would be okay with him backhanding her. LaShawn said, "Hell to the no."
Play. Just go to the part, right? Put it back up. Just put it back up real quick.
I can fast forward.
And can you just go to the part where just the apology? Because this is.
Imagine being a reporter and you're on live TV with your colleague and your colleague says this.
And check out this cute video that the OKC Zoo just posted.
Okay, you have to see this. This is Finn. We're about to show. Oh my goodness, take a look at him. He's a resident of the Oklahoma City Zoo. And this week, the zoo's ape.
All right, let's just say, just remember what you saw when she was apologizing. I'm so sorry. I hurt people, and you've been one of my best friends for a year and a half. Wouldn't it have been great if he just said, yeah, but that's not good enough?
Well, his team.
Wouldn't it have been great if he just said.
I'm sure the producers told him to sit there with her on the camera.
I know, but it's live TV, so they can't control anything. It's live.
He ain't gonna give his job up to do that.
No. What if he just said, I understand your apology, but I can't accept it because obviously you were comfortable enough.
At what point? I'm gonna stop me when to stop it.
Because I want to apologize, not only to my coworker, Jason, but to our entire
He's
community.
been forced to do this. Look at his face. He's been forced.
He's hostage.
He's ice grilling her.
He's in a cult. He got no choice. He got no choice. Look at his eyes. They got a brainwash. It's like, get out. It's like, get out.
Secret. That's a secret he had to keep. He has to.
She touched him. That was the cue. She's like, don't.
Nikki said, fire like a rocket. Nikki said, she out of here. Not the YT test. F out of here, KT said. He ain't even believing her. That's what Miss Clark said.
Yeah, that part, though. No tears.
Kind of looks like you. He did kind of.
I wish he would have said the pain that I felt, and I wish he would have created some real tears. I wish he would have really cried and be like, I cannot allow my kids. I can't allow my kids or future kids to ever see this and me to be able to sit here next to you ever again. What you've done, and I want real to. I just wish somebody would say, no, it's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
I'm going to HR. I'm suing. Yeah,
I'm suing.
People want to give second chances, right? He did it on live TV.
But they had the right one. You could look at him and see what type of black person. The news always picks the same type of black person. Like they like a certain type of voice and they like a certain type of energy. Like they know what they're getting every time.
Fuck that.
And you know, fuck that. Show her ass the door. She lucky he didn't say get your hands off of me.
Oh, like Denzel, get your hands off.
I said something yesterday that was
patting
inconsiderate.
him.
It was inappropriate, and I hurt people. And I want you to know, I understand how much I hurt you out there and how much I hurt you.
I just want to hear what he said.
I love you so much. And you've been one of my best friends for the past year and a half. And I would never do anything on purpose to hurt you. And I love our community. And I want you all to know, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said. I know it was wrong, and I am so sorry.
I just needed to hear his response. It probably pissed me off even more.
She probably doesn't even know where he lives. Come on, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
You're probably not even friends. Like a lot of people who say they have friends and they say, you know, what the definition of a friend is. They be like, oh, maybe an acquaintance, maybe a coworker.
Yeah,
she crying because she got caught. African said, I can't. I just can't with these. It's 2025. We still saying black people look like monkeys. And you and like, that's crazy. Yeah, it kind of look like you. She thought she was being funny. It seems like she was trying to make.
But just imagine if she says that. If she says that on camera, live, what are the jokes that she says behind the scenes? What does he allow them to get away with in front of his face when they're not on camera?
Just like hers flew out. He could have said, no, I don't agree. He could have flew out by mistake. Mike, that's what Mike wanted. Mike wanted him to.
I just want one person.
And then he apologized. He should say something foul to her and then be like, oh, I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Come back on the next break.
One of my closest friends for the last year.
You know what you look like? And then come back on the next break. But no, I got some statistics. It says in 2014, Public Religion Research Institute showed 75% of white Americans reported having entirely white social networks without any minority presence. And they said in 2025, they were reporting that 90% of their friendship networks are also white, according to a new survey conducted by Public. So 75 to 90% of these people who got black friends have no black friends. Another Washington Post, 3/4 of whites don't have any non-white friends. Not even just black, non-white. 3/4. So all these all-white towns, 99% white towns that people act like still don't exist. When they say they're your friends, they probably mean something different. They mean they don't call you the N-word.
90% of social networks is all back. Jeanette didn't like the fact that she was looking at the camera, like she was playing it up for the people with
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're trained to do. The director is going to tell you, make sure you look at the camera, make sure you make eye contact with him, and then make sure you come back to the camera. You know what camera your camera is. Camera
she's like camera 1, camera 2. She was going.
Yeah, camera 2, and we're gonna get these angles because there's been there. That means enough people watch that newscast that they caused a stir, and the complaints came in so fast and furious.
Yeah, for the next day.
NAACP head was on the phone probably in 5 minutes. Who knows the mayor? And they was like, yeah.
But this is my thing. And listen, because I don't know financially what situation he's in. I don't know if he needs the job. I don't know if you know, everybody thinks these anchors make so much money. I now know by what in a major market, knowing the anchors, what they really make on TV now. And it ain't millions of dollars.
So he was supposed to demand that she got fired or he wasn't coming back?
That would have been lovely.
That would have been ish, right?
Yeah, that would have been. Do I think
that might have been what they did to him?
Right.
I can't.
Remember you started the show with the Lady Q and Jay Black on the phone. You know, if you want to see if it's fair, if it makes sense, let's put the shoe on the other foot and let's run the test. People don't do that with race like they do with gender. Let's run the test the other way. If the black man had been up there and saying, "Oh man, that white devil looked like," and he had said that, would he have been fired? Would he even have a chance to come back in the next segment and explain himself? Would him saying he loves her made it even worse? Right? They're like, oh, see how the black people was fiending for the white women, like another OJ. No, I don't know if he even would have had a chance, or there might not have been a road to redemption for him. If a black person
he would have been out.
Yes, it would have been done.
Can you imagine?
Come back on next break? There's no next break.
How about this? It could technically have been somebody on TV. They were reporting of a woman who did something horrendous, if he would have said she kind of looks like you, he probably would have got fired for that.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been back on next break. Next break would have been just her, and she would have explained it for him why he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
We're sorry about what happened. We have dealt with the situation, and here's our new black friend, my new best friend.
Oh God, yeah.
I like when anybody who knows me knows. I like when people try to.
Everybody knows me.
Down.
They know my heart is pure.
They know I'm not racist.
He might have didn't even have an issue with it. It might have just been the people. You know, like sometimes like, oh, I just laughed. He could have
been hearing that all his life. He looked like he been hearing white people all his life. He heard racist jokes. For him to be able to look like that and talk like that and sit on that couch with her every day.
All right, give me another ratchet one, because then I want to give Doc the floor. I want to play a clip, and I'm gonna give Doc.
So, have you ever been in love to the point where you marry somebody in jail?
No.
All right. Well, this couple did. She married her boo. She said the vows mean the most to her. He gives her emotional support, love, and all that. So they got the kids there. They having a full wedding with him behind the scenes. She was kissing them in jail and everything.
Oh, so they knew each other before. They knew each other before. They had a relationship going on before.
I don't know if they met in jail. A lot of people meet in jail and still fall in love and get married.
You gotta preface this. If they had a family before, I get it. So, if you met a prisoner,
I could have swore she said that they met
while that's a big difference.
I ain't judging, maybe. Yeah, I think they met while he was in there. Oh. But that don't mean nothing, right? What's the difference? You meet, you fall in love.
It does mean something. No, it does mean something. I'm not gonna say it don't mean nothing. It might not make the difference, but it means something. If I met you outside, or if I met you in jail.
She said then meeting this man. So she met him. She met him while he was in jail.
How? Online.
What they do the letters? You don't watch Love at the Lockup?
No, they got a phone too. Everybody got cell phones in jail now.
No,
they be on Facebook. They be on TikToks. So yeah.
No, Love at the Lockup.
No, I don't watch Love After Lockup.
Well, I do, and they write people. They want companions. And but when I said, man, they was kissing. They got pictures of them kissing and everything through the bars.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, who kissing?
He putting the ring on.
He got pictures of them kissing. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
he's accepting the child that ain't his. How you doing? I'm your new daddy. Like,
no, that's his kid. You're gonna tell me that? Please tell me that's his kid. There's no way. No.
They met in jail. He ain't got no kid.
I'm thinking he went to jail and they weren't married. You know what I'm saying? And then, all right. For those who don't know, we had somebody on the show that was on the show briefly, right? She was on the show briefly. And she met somebody through letters and correspondence, and she fell in love with the person. And he was in jail, in prison in like 4 states over, like in Colorado or something. And I'm not doing that to be funny, Jay. It really was.
Colorado, okay.
It really was. And she fell in love. And she began.
She knows where he at. Good. I'm sorry.
And she started fighting, for the relationship. And she said that he had broken up with her. I don't know how somebody breaks up with you while they're doing a long bid.
I can't deal with you. You ain't loyal out in these streets. I was trying, when I called you at 901, you didn't answer. Where were you at? You playing games. I get the
So I said, was this the first time? She had been in relationships with other people. They
broke it off too?
I guess, or she broke it off. So she had done this multiple times. I feel, and I want to give Fearless Doc time to do this clip. I feel that there's something wrong with you when you're using prisoners as a dating app.
It's companionship. I watch that show. It really do give people companionship, though, Mike. They love writing. They love writing each other. They making them they both feeling good about each other. They selling the dreams. Obviously, when you're in jail, because that's all you got, and this person putting money on your books, and you thinking when they get out, y'all gonna be happily ever after. Like, I watch that Love at the Lockup religiously, and them women and men, they really be riding out, buying and giving them everything and thinking it's going to work. That's their goal. They thinking that's their relationship.
But my thing is, what is the person's mental state that says the dating pool that I'm going to dip into? Not saying there are a lot of innocent people and there are a lot of great people who are in prison, but you decide.
They are. I mean, Mandela, Martin Luther King. Yeah. Good people get locked up, but yeah, that's not who we talk about though. But go ahead.
But what makes you?
We're not the ones hooking up on Mandela and Martin Luther King. Ain't the ones.
So let me just ask y'all something. When you go on a dating app and you put your positives about yourself, right? And you're looking for things you look for in somebody on a dating app. Let's
getting out soon, right? Getting out soon.
No, but let's skip all that. Let's skip all that. Normally, you would be looking for, you have some type of spirituality. You have a job. You have an education. You like kids. What makes you decide if you put I'm in prison right now? You would think you weren't going to get a lot of hits on your dating app if you went on I don't know what Plenty of Fish. There's got to be something going on in your head that you don't feel you're good enough, that you have decided to initiate going through prisoners to decide who you might date.
It's a whole population. If
and they say I be doing too much when I say that they be discriminating against short guys. But a lot of these women, when you look at their dating, they say what the cutoffs are: 6 feet. So they'll have a 6'2" prisoner before they have a 5'10" millionaire who's free. Like, we got to talk about it at some point. We're the only group that doesn't have a hashtag. Our movie.
Gotta have a hashtag.
Mike said, "What's the criteria?" I'm sure part of their criteria was he gotta be tall though.
Ms. Parker says some people feel someone is better than no one, Mike.
And that's a problem.
They still want a 6 foot.
See, that's a problem. When you say someone is better than no one, having someone is better than not having anyone, that means you are willing to settle for these red flags. That
anyone. That means anyone.
Red flag.
Anyone could be someone. Yeah.
That means an abusive red flag. That means
you know what she's saying. She's assuming the person is good, meaning not abuse. Obviously, they ain't putting hands on them. They in jail, but I guess they could be verbally abusive. But
in the letter,
I'd rather have a good dude, because if you were locked up, Mike, you would be considered a good dude, right?
Right, an abusive
letter. If you gotta do 2 years and somebody wrote you would be considered a good dude. They said I'd rather be with Mike, this good dude, than with nobody. And you saying that she's wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying that as the prisoner, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to keep going back and forth with you, but I know there's something wrong with you. The fact that you're actually corresponding with me and you actually believe in a relationship. I got to be honest with myself. I'm like, I'm really not dating. Well,
hopefully, right?
Hopefully,
yeah, hopefully, right? If anybody, if anybody I know gets locked up, I hope you're not dating.
Nikki's
no offense, I'm not judging.
Right now, Mike.
I'm not judging.
Nikki's right now going through that.
I just want you to focus on getting your life together. That's why I'm not judging. I just want you to lock in on your case. Law library.
And another thing, if you have the unfortunate a deal where you're spending life in prison, I get it, because you're never getting out. But then I'm looking at the other person who's going, I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like, you do know they're not. Nah, my baby.
Didn't you say somebody broke up with her? Didn't you say somebody?
Yes, somebody had broken up. Hold on.
Wait, real quick. Let me bring it, because okay. Proverbs 27, 15, 16. A quarrelsome wife is like a dripping on a rainy day. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with your hand. Proverbs 21, 9. Better to live on a corner of a roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife. And lastly, Proverbs 21, 19. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered wife. You are so bad, I'd rather be locked down in the hole than to be dealing with you through letters. You are annoying. And then one day women are going to realize that the same way y'all feel about people physically beating people is the same way men feel about getting on our damn nerves. One day somebody's going to say, wow, that's what it's like to y'all. Yes, I'd rather be punched in my face. I'd rather my wife jump into bed, hit me with a 2-piece, and leave me alone than to bother me all day.
All right, we got to get it. We got to get it. I have this one clip that I'm not going to play today. I'm just telling you, I've been sitting on this clip since last week because I already know this. I'm assuming, I might be wrong, because sometimes I assume these conversations are going to go somewhere and they go totally nowhere. So I might be overreacting. Tomorrow we're going to get into a pastor who basically attacked Muslims, and we're going to play that tomorrow. I'm just setting y'all up. I'm going to play it, and that's tomorrow. So I don't feel like getting into attack the Muslim religion, attack the law. So we're gonna I don't feel like getting into that, because this one was hard enough when I saw this. So I saw this interview. I think this guy has something to do with Elon Musk. Is that his dad or
it's his father?
It's his father.
The fruit don't fall too far.
And his father had a conversation. He was being interviewed. interviewer then presented him with the fact that America at soon, in whatever 7-10 years, whatever the year is going to be, white people will be the minority in America. And he asked him the question how he feels about it. And then I'm going to let Doc take the floor after that. And then I'm
concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country.
Yes.
So there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then, you know, it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under then.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people.
No.
For decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression, that's feeding them. Do you understand? You only grow big if you get fed. You only start at 800 and become 50 million if you get fed. We fed them, for crying out loud. You know, enough with this nonsense.
But so you understand, because the black population was so oppressed under apartheid.
Well, we never saw this oppression you're talking about.
You never saw it?
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, but because you're white.
Yo.
All right. Well, listen. I watched the clip a bunch of times. Got my opinions on it. Had my thoughts. Evil is eating him alive, Cousin Ash. We gave them we gave them. Did y'all hear about Orange Man? And yeah. I'm not surprised about that.
All right, so they say he's delusional.
So I said, Doc, I'm gonna, this is part of your expertise. This is something, you've studied cultures, you studied history, black culture, you study multiple cultures all over the world. I will let you address the statement.
Yeah, my degree is actually in Asian studies. Most people don't know that. My bachelor's degree is in Asian studies. But similar to Nick Fuentes, right? We remember when he was talking to Candace Owens and he was pushing this narrative about Africa's dark continent. And that's why I was so adamant last week. Remember, we had the conversation about charity. And remember when Jay was like, let's move on? I was like, no, I have to do this. I have to make sure we correct this, because there's a popular notion about black people in Africa being impoverished, needing us, flies on around their faces, bellies poking out, living in huts. And then we got people like Nick Fuentes getting up there talking about something. They didn't have 2-story buildings. And Candace Owens is just sitting there like it's normal. Then we got Elon Musk talking about something. We fed them, right? So we have these narratives that's why in certain conversations, I'm like, no. I need you to know that this is the fastest growing continent on the planet. Most of the natural resources, and there would be no France and no Belgium and no America without Africa, labor and resources. They need us very far less than we need them, right? The only continent that can sustain itself without trading is Africa. I'm going to say that again. The only continent that if every continent just closed its borders, China would need water right away. Like, I don't think people understand. There'd be no cell phones. There'd be no cars. I showed you the video about the mica when the kids were digging in the holes, right? And they said that over 100-something thousand cars on the road and trains and everything else use mica. That means everything that we have, Africa. Meanwhile, Africa don't need nothing from America. Africa don't need nothing from China. Africa don't need nothing from India. And they can keep building like it's Dubai all over the continent. The whole world knows this and has known this for a long time. But if you tell a lie in the beginning, right? If you ever lied, even in a relationship, you know the rules that you got to keep lying. So you got people now who have grown up with the lie to the point where, just like some of us, we grew up with the erasure of our history and our culture to the point where we think that Africa needs us. We grew up thinking, hey, without us, if I don't get my 30 cents a day, these kids are going to starve. No, these kids are starving because they're in a mine, living in slavery conditions, and they're not being able to benefit from the cobalt, the coltan, the copper, the gold, the diamonds. Like, if they had that, they'd be fine. They need you to stop robbing them. That's like somebody stealing everything out your house and then talking about how much money you need. I mean, I guess a few thousand, but if you just didn't steal, I'd be okay. So how about you just stop stealing and then we'd be fine. But people like Elon Musk perpetuate this notion that somehow, although African people, 2/3 of human history occurred on the continent, and there was over 300,000 years of history before any migration outside the continent took place, that somehow we waited for these people who just got on the planet through genetic mutation and grafting in the last 6 to 40,000 years saved us. The pyramids were up. Everything's done. Socrates studied at the feet of African masters in Egypt. It is more pyramids in Nubia than there is in Egypt. Like, what are we talking about? These people are the last members of the human family to arrive on the planet. Everybody was here before them and was fine. The water wasn't polluted. The air wasn't polluted. There was not constant wars. There was no such thing as a world war until you got here. Maulana Karanga said, imagine your kids leading your house. Imagine the last people that got to the house taking control of the house. You know how fast the house would go into disarray and disrepair? They probably wouldn't even pay the rent. Maybe your kid's a little older, Mike, so maybe y'all would do a good 3 or 4 months. But the children of the human family, the ones who don't know how to live in harmony with nature or any other group of people in their entire history, not even themselves. Europe was constantly at war. Visigoths, the Vandals. You look at gangs in New York, Oliver Twist. That's where you get the phrase, don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. They didn't have the irrigation and the sewage. They were literally pissing the same pots they cooked in and then threw it out into the streets. That's why they had the Black Plague. That's why when the original people who were here and Columbus and them came, they said we could smell them before we saw them. They had such a stench. That's why 90% of the deaths that occurred were from diseases, not just smallpox blankets, but the other disease like syphilis that they carried because they were bragging about not bathing. That's why when the Moors went to Spain, they had to teach these niggas how to bathe because the queen was bragging about the only 2 baths she took was when she had her wedding day and when she joined the church. Like they was bragging about not washing. That's why you see their faces all white with the whole ruffles and all that, all the felt that they used to wear. Even though it's hot, they were spraying perfume all over their funk and didn't know how to wash. These are the people that were dying from uncleanliness and couldn't even survive the winter when they got to the Americas. And if it wasn't for those Native Americans that they were rewarded with murder that saved them, they admitted we didn't know how to last through the winter. The indigenous people saved us, and then we killed them. But they want to act like they brought some type of technology, because if they don't say that we brought some type of inventions or advancement, then people are going to say, well, you didn't do anything good. All you brought was death and destruction. Or like the minister, Louis Farrakhan, says, you're doing a terrible thing on this earth. But let's talk about inventions, right? You got Lonnie Johnson, engineer and inventor of the Super Soaker. You got Frederick McKinley Jones, patented over 50 inventions, most famous, the first automatic self-regulating refrigerator. Garrett Morgan, of course, with the patent for the traffic light. Lewis Latimer, who improved on Edison's light bulb. Without the filament, we wouldn't have the light bulbs we have today, right? Patricia Bath, when you talk about LASIK eye surgery, people going in for surgery and coming out later that day. Valerie Thomas, African-American woman with 3D imaging, right? So he said, you don't want technology? You don't want cars? You don't want technology, right? We got everything from the home security system to the internet. All these black people contributing to it. Everything he's talking about is probably made or contributed to by a black person. He's talking about you don't want cars, you don't want technology, like we didn't have wheels, in Africa, but we were just building pyramids and sailing across the sea. But we didn't know how to roll around. Like this is the issue too with Africa. When they're in Africa, they've created a narrative in South Africa that they're indigenous to the land. The Berbers and the Afrikaners tell themselves, we were here too. It's like the Middle East and Israel type thing. It's like, no, you weren't here. You're not ancient. You're not native. Nowhere on the planet is a white person indigenous or native anywhere. The first people in Europe were black. The first people in China were black. The first people in India were black. That's it. There's one race of people, Homo sapiens. The root of it is black and African. Anybody who wants to play the race game that ain't black is playing a losing game. It's ironic to me that black people don't walk around using this all the time, talking about first people on the planet. Y'all all come from us. Y'all all grafted mutations. Y'all all subspecies. Y'all all younger cousins. If it wasn't for us, y'all wouldn't be on the planet. Whenever people ask me what would the world be without black people, I say no people. I let them know right off the bat. But the fact that black people aren't walking around with their chest out, stomping on everybody, reminding everybody of this, it's like, yo, why don't y'all chill out? Everybody else, I will vote for Donald Trump, right? Everybody's acting wild. The Asians are shooting the kids, the whole Latasha, in the store, and the white people, and now I saw the dude in the UK who just called ICE on somebody who wasn't born in America. Like everybody's hating on us, and we're looking like, yo, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't exist. Let's start and stop right there. And before we even left Africa, Every concept of agriculture and God and complex architecture and the first colleges and the mystery system, we talked about that today, right? And they would argue that everybody don't need to know, right? That's another thing that we didn't have a conversation about. The whole notion of mystery in a lot of ways comes from the fact that if everybody knew everything, we wouldn't be able to have a society, because people have to earn their way to have the certain level of trust, like the death touch. Denmark, they call it, like Spock in Star Trek. If everybody learns that the first day, you can imagine what's going to happen out in these streets. So even in martial arts, they only teach you what you're able to digest and safely secure, right? So, but this is all black. Like, yes, black. So for this man to act like white people aren't the last people on the human family, the whole notion of white didn't exist up until the last 40,000 years. People just started being what they call white. Even in America, you look at things that say an emblem of America. I don't know if I can share my screen. I would, but either way, I'll show one picture. But I'll read this quote that I always read anyway. This is from Constantine de Volney, 1820 in Paris. The ancient Egyptians were true Negroes of the same type as all Native American-born Africans. Native-born Africans. That being so, we can see their blood mixed for several centuries. That of the Greeks and Romans must have lost its intensity of its original color while retaining nonetheless imprint of its original mold. Just think that this race of black men, today our slave and object of our scorn, is the very race to which we owe our arts, sciences, and even the use of speech. You was in caves grunting. That's why the only people that don't have Neanderthal DNA is Africans. Everybody else got a little Neanderthal in them. They was mixing with whatever else was going on that wasn't fully human. The Africans wasn't doing that. The Africans was human on human the whole time. Just imagine finally that in the midst of a people who call themselves the greatest friend of liberty and humanity, that one has approved the most barbarous slavery and questioned whether black men had the same kind of intelligence as whites. This is a white boy saying this in 1820 in Paris. Like, these niggas is crazy. We owe everything to them. We studied under them. But the fact that black people don't go around saying it all day makes people feel comfortable. It's like having somebody live in your house not paying rent. Eventually, they start talking like their name on the lease. Right? It's like, it's like the keys just sit there. So they just start grabbing the keys. Like, that's my car. Like, I don't want to tell you, but you didn't pay anything on that car. And that car and me had a relationship before you even got here. And any given time, I can shut it down and let you know the sun don't even like you, bro. Like, the sun is against you. You go out in the sun for more than a couple hours and it starts to affect you negatively. We can stay in the sun all day long. Nature loves us. We have a totally peaceful relationship. That's why Bill Gates trying to block out the sun. You're at war with nature. You are anti-God and anti-nature because it's anti-you. But you want to try to justify your relationship with a few inventions. But the inventions I'm thinking about is the atom bomb, the hydrogen bomb, a lot of these vaccines and diseases and patents. And I don't know you for inventing nothing that cured world hunger or brought world peace. I know you from having melanin conventions with no black people present because you understand the power of melanin and how it works in all these medicines and how it helps to develop vitamin D. I know you know that. You know there's something special about us that we don't know about ourselves. I know that I wouldn't let nobody clean up my house that wasn't at least as clean as me or cleaner. I know I wouldn't let nobody watch my kids or breastfed my kids that I thought was subhuman. But I can look at pictures right now, black women with babies held to their breasts from the 18 this and the 17 that. You're a liar, sir. You can't fool people past 40 about white supremacy because you aged the worst on the planet like spoiled milk. Everybody knows you don't age like anybody else on the planet. Everybody ages better than you. If you're superior, you should look younger. You shouldn't look twice as old as everybody who's inferior to you. Stop playing yourself. You look stupid now. We can go to the Olympics. We can watch the NBA. We can look at like anything we get in that we have an equal shot in. We don't just compete. Venus, Tiger, LeBron, we dominate. Barack, when we get in, like if you really want to have the conversation, let's have the real conversation. Let's have the real conversation about who owes what to who. African people don't owe our existence to any of y'all. Y'all all trace your roots back to a black woman. Respect that.
Bars. Burn for some reason. Damn.
And always talking about we gotta lessen the population. We gotta lessen the population.
Would be facts on facts on facts on top of facts.
What were we saying, Doc? What were we saying?
No, I'm saying that's why they always have this agenda. Even what's his name? Not Winston. I think Winston Churchill. I think Winston Churchill. But he was talking about the primary goal. I think I have it up. Of our policy toward the third world, depopulation. Henry Kissinger. Depopulation should be the highest priority of foreign policy toward the third world because the U.S. economy will require large and increasing amounts of minerals from abroad, especially less developed countries. He said it outright. We got to make sure they do not multiply and do not. Depopulation should be the highest priority of foreign policy. So when you see Bill Gates over there with no medical degree, giving all of the medicine to the babies, and you see Melinda Gates on 60 Minutes talking about these black women in Africa keep having all these kids. That's the problem. That's not the problem for them. Nobody in Africa is sitting around saying our problem is our kids. Matter of fact, when they greet each other, the greeting in Africa is usually translated into "How are the children?" That's one of those popular greetings in multiple African cultures. How are the children? So we care and love our children. That's why they still having between 5 and 8 children. But white people come and say the problem is y'all having children. No, the problem is y'all stealing our resources. Your husband is the problem. Bitch, that's the problem. Don't go over here saying our kids are the problem when your husband is trying to block out the sun and giving out vaccines and medicine without no degree. I'm not here for it. But the crazy thing is Peter Thiel, who's the one who financed J.D. Vance, the billionaire, is from Germany and had a whole Nazi line. Elon Musk is from South Africa. Peter Thiel also has South African connections. So we have all these, and apartheid didn't end till the 90s. You got all these people who grew up, just like white people from America. These people grew up thinking black people are worth nothing, less intelligent, and don't deserve rights. And now they're over here getting all our taxpayer dollars. They said Elon Musk just became a trillionaire. All these government subsidies and government contracts he's getting, and then a tax avoid. So this nigga's not even from America. And black people who worked scrubbing white people's floors, went to wars when they came back and couldn't get the GI Bill and couldn't even buy a home. Black people who got hung in their uniforms after being ready to die for the country. Our tax dollars are going to Elon Musk, who's going to sit there and retweet stuff about the replacement theory and the great replacement because he can't get it up enough and they got to freeze eggs and have multiple partners to even have the same rate of population that they had 20 years ago. That's why Switzerland got a less than zero replacement rate, parts of England and everything else. And the same people that they shuttered out, they're bringing them in to raise all these older white people. So all these people from the Caribbean and Africa are caretakers all over the world because the same people you acted like you didn't need and didn't want, and now that you didn't have kids because you want to get materialistic and colonial and buy BMWs, now we're all standing by your bedside, luckily not acting like you or we would unplug the damn machine. But luckily, you know that even through all of that our heart and our nature allows you to trust people from Jamaica, Bahamas, and Haiti and Africa to look after your grandfather and your grandmother. Because even to this day, they act like our nature is violent. But if our nature was really violent, they would never let us around their kids or their elders. But they still do it. So it's all a lie.
Deani, daring someone to talk slick at work today.
Somebody about to catch this empowerment.
About to catch this empowerment.
You got them hyped, Doc. K-Day on it. K-Day won reparations.
That part. What about that?
They all rocking.
Well, Doc, thank you. Because when I saw it, I J Blacked it. I said, I need to hear Doc's opinion on this. And thank you. And that's what we do on this show. We have a lot of mindless issues that we talk about, and we have a lot of fun going back and forth. But at the end of the metaphoric day, if we have done anything, at least we've empowered you to be proud, because a lot of people don't know their history, me included. And it's something that we should be in search of. And if we have somebody who studied, should be something before to take precedence over the jokes and over the going back and forth, over the me not being able to pronounce people's names and Jay Black not being able to pronounce certain shit. We got somebody here.
You got him. And he knows.
We got somebody.
There's
here.
no way they can stop them being the population with them white people being the minority. Like there's no way for them to stop it.
That's the crazy part though. The whole existence from the first time they started violating all the women and the babies came out brown, they said, we got a hell of a problem. We thought we were superior. We thought we had the genetic genes. We thought we could breed them out of existence. We thought if we just violated all their women, we could make everybody white. They did some stuff in Dominican Republic and everything in whitening populations, right? They can whiten populations, but you're right. As far as the planet, they only represent maybe 8 to 11% of the planet. The other 90+% are people of color. But still, they say at least we got to maintain it. That's why when I showed the sterilization statistics with the eugenics lecture I did, the UK and Russia are sending money to India, getting people sterilized. In the 1970s, they sterilized hundreds of thousands of people. Even in Virginia and Florida, people were going in for regular procedures. They said the Ethiopians and the immigrants in Israel, the Jews that went over there, them Africans having the same thing happen to them. So all over the world, people act like it's not organized, act like it's not planned. But the only way 9% of the people on the planet are going to control the other 90 is if it's an organized effort. So a lot of people be like, oh, I'm a nice person, I like black people. Well, then you need to help us expose this obvious plan by design. Otherwise, you're part of the problem.
See, overpopulation is only a problem when a small minority decide they want to take all the riches, which is what you've told us over and over again. That's when it becomes the problem.
And it's only a certain population they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're paying white people to have babies. I showed you Putin and and Trump, they're incentivizing. So it's not overpopulation of people. It's overpopulation of people of color. They just don't say that part. The unspoken part is if overpopulated, that means too many of them, because if the average woman in Africa is having 4 to 6 kids and the average woman in America is having 1, they're not talking about people in general. They're talking about certain people are doing too much.
That's why you got the all white towns. We're going to all breed each other. All white area. Yeah, okay.
And that thing falling apart. They asked for government assistance already. They're trying to get on welfare.
But all white town, that ain't working out for them. Okay.
Because I'm saying a lot of towns need tourism. A lot of towns, one of their main things is
cities. The major cities in this country need tourism. They need you to want to fly in.
Yeah. So if nobody visits, if your food ain't got no spices and your dance ain't got no rhythm and you ain't got no innovation, you're not creating nothing.
To
right?
the white town.
Hey, who going there? And it's gonna be hostile. And it's hostile.
And the funny thing is, white people ain't going there.
Yeah.
What?
I saw a white girl online saying, "I miss black people." I went to school that was mixed. There was a lot of culture. And
I saw that. Yes,
she missed that
once again to hide the truth. All right, y'all. We will save some topics for tomorrow. We will keep it moving. Thursday, I'm trying to get Kamari back on here because I really do have a financial question. I got a clip for him, but I got to get him on there. I got to make a phone call. Or Jay call him, or I'm gonna just text him. He's good with returning text messages.
Yeah, his daughter just had a birthday. I saw him post a couple things. Yeah, he's around.
All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I got to get to work. This has been interesting.
Make sure before we go, you know that his dad was involved with the whole Emerald Mine business.
Who?
So Elon Musk's father.
Oh, Elon Musk's father.
Elon Musk tried to say he was self-made at one point, and the family was like, no, we was in the mining business in Africa. So all that stuff I was showing you about the mines being taken over, the irony is not only is he just not aware, he's well aware because he's part of the taking of African resources to the tune of millions and millions of dollars. So he became a multimillionaire taking from Africans. So he knows that that's not true. He knows that the reason why he's rich and they're poor is not because of intelligence, but because of a system of apartheid that gave them no opportunity to access the benefit of their own natural resources, which they mined, which families like his got to take and become literally. His son is a trillionaire now.
Well, y'all go to work today and speak up. No.
Oh, if I said, whoa.
I'm just
That's what a podcast is for.
Do it. Don't let them white cheese talk slick to you today.
No.
Do it.
They already fall there. No, racism is already dying. It's like a fish on the ground out of water. Just let it flop.
But no.
All right. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness and never let anyone, anything, or any circumstance take it from you. From Michael Sean, Jay Black, Dr. Aaron Smith, a.k.a. Fearless, Sexy Mo, who is supposed to be on here today, but some things did occur. C. Chung, Amani, Kamari, everybody rocking out with us. Hopefully we can get Sexy Mo on here tomorrow. Hopefully sometime this week. We're gonna get the return of
Sexy Mo. She
probably
heard me saying she's in a cult. She probably about to log on. She said, "Oh no, they talking crazy about me."
They talking cults.
No, you don't know.
You're talking cults.
She said, "I ain't joining this one." She said, "I'll get tomorrow. I'll get on tomorrow."
You ain't talking groups. You talking cults. You're talking cults. We gone there.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.